Good morning.
Hi, welcome to Kerouac's Cruise, and this is James and Cara. And today this is our second video, and we're adventure podcasters, and we're traveling around looking for cool spots with our dogs and mapping it out, so you can go explore these areas.
Absolutely. And today we are talking about, well, we kind of started doing this book review kind of thing. So some of the books that have inspired us along our journey and have given us the courage essentially to do what we're doing now, we want to share that with the world. So we started out episode 6, I think it was, maybe it was episode 7, was Limitless, written by Jim Kwik. Absolutely amazing book. We think that it should be taught in schools. We think you should read it. That's the first book because we think it's the first book you should read, because it's not only going to teach you how to retain information, but how to read faster. So then the rest of these get a little easier.
And he also has a lot of tricks in his book.
Absolutely.
Just about learning how to memorize stuff and sequence stuff. So it's a great book. Please read it.
Absolutely. And then book number 2 was episode 12. Was Stress Less and Accomplish More with Emily Fletcher. Basically, it's teaching you a meditation technique that you can do in 15 minutes twice a day, which is 2% of your day. That sounds like very little. If you've got a busy schedule, it's going to help really just recenter you so that you are more productive in your daily life. And I think those 2 books definitely need to be the first 2 you read if you're looking at changing your life. I read a quote today that said that you change your shit when you're sick of your shit. So if you're getting to the point where you're sick of the way that your life is going, you want to make some changes, you just don't know where to start, those are the 2 books I recommend starting with. Limitless by Jim Kwik and Stress Less and Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher. So again, that's episode 7 and episode 12. If you want to hear our episodes talking about those books and the changes they've made in our lives.
And I will say, if you have never meditated, or even if you have meditated, the meditation that they teach you in the class or in the book, it's about just resting your brain for 15 minutes. You don't have to be in a pose. Your hands are certain way. It's just being comfortable, and it's 2 times a day, 15 minutes. It really reduces stress, and it feels absolutely wonderful.
She breaks it down so it's meditation for normal people in the normal life in a normal world. So that's that. We have a whole episode on that. You want more details, please check it out. Otherwise, just get the book or check out Ziva online, whatever it is. Today, we're talking about E squared. And this kind of builds the foundation for everything else that we've got going on moving forward as far as books and really where we're at in our life and in our journey. So E squared was written by Pam Grout, and we have a tendency to like to not only read the books, but listen to the books. So we do audiobooks and read them. For this book in particular, I strongly recommend doing the audiobook because Pam actually is the one who reads it to you, and you really get the comedy and her personality out of that book by listening to her. It's a great way to read the book. But essentially what the book is kind of a basics to quantum physics and how it actually relates to us in our world. So it really changes your mindset in how the world as a whole physically works. And it's a really great way to prove to yourself that quantum physics is a real thing. It affects your personal life, and you can affect it. So what it is, not only does she explain to you the basics of it, of quantum physics in normal, regular terms, so it's easy to understand, but she gives you 9 do-it-yourself experiments. And she's using the scientific process. So you have a hypothesis, you have a theory, then you have how you implement this experiment, and you give it a defined timeline. So essentially, again, you're proving to yourself that this is real. I got something in my boot here. So it's you want to do the other hand? There you go. So it's I mean, it's mind-changing. It's mind-blowing. So to kind of give you an introduction to how we got turned on to this book, I was kind of, I don't even know, I got introduced probably through a YouTube video, the theory of quantum physics, and it blew my mind. I was like, wait, what? So I kind of started doing some like dig deep down research before I had to go to work one day. And so I started watching all kinds of videos on things like the observer effect, and I just dug down in tons of YouTube videos and just found myself in a rabbit hole. Mind blown. Like the observer effect, for example, basically states, or it's been proven, that what we think is going to be, or what we expect to be the outcome, is what is going to be the outcome. What your core belief is, whether you realize it or not. So I could go into the whole experiment, Google it, because it's really interesting if you're a little on the fence or like, okay, now she's getting all wonky. But I was obsessed with it. And so I couldn't stop thinking about it. Now I got to go to work. I got to go do a tour. I've got a 2-top on my tour, which
she's
if you're
a
not
tour guide for the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, so if you're not a server, 2-top is 2 humans. I've got 2 people on my tour truck. I've got to show them around the Grand Canyon. I really don't like small groups on my tour because I've got to be more me rather than just on a stage giving a performance. So I have to engage with the people more. So I was a little anxious about it and couldn't get my head off of this quantum stuff. We had some conversations throughout the tours about some theories and conspiracy theories, essentially, surrounding the Grand Canyon. So we kind of already knew we were on the same wavelength. And on the way back after sunset, I don't really do as much tour talk because it's dark. I'm looking out for wildlife. So they were asking me questions about me personally. And so I can't remember. I think they asked me what I do for fun or whatever. And I think I was honest with them. I was like, today spent my day geeking out on quantum physics and quantum theory. And they're like, oh my gosh. So like opened up a whole new can of worms because they kind of were digging into the same thing and starting to learn all about it. So they recommended this book, E Squared. She said it totally blew her mind and opened up the possibility of the world for her. So go ahead with, we got it immediately, essentially.
So the book, 9 experiments, right? And people that know me know that I'm not going to just think that it's possible that these things are going to happen. So there's one about cars, and you got to choose a color, and you got to see so many of them in so many days. And I might have this in out of order. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter the order.
Just do the experiment.
You're just giving an example.
Yeah, get the book. So I think Cara picked purple, and I, not thinking about it, I just picked yellow. And I didn't think there was that many yellow cars made. And I think Cara tapped out on however many purple cars she was supposed to see.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the experiments. I'll give you another one where you were supposed to see a purple butterfly. Well, I do odds and end work, and I was at work working in the fall. So you wouldn't think you would see purple butterflies in the fall. This is end of November status. I am working on these people's fifth wheel, and 2 butterflies fly away. I'm up on a ladder, and they probably thought I was a crazy man because I'm chasing the butterflies to really see if they were purple like I thought, because I thought I might have been imagining it. It was so crazy. So that was just 2. You got to read the book. I don't want to give it all, but Cara will recap it.
So the basis of the book and basis of quantum physics basically is that everything is nothing until a consciousness brings it to be. And that's, I guess, the more spiritual side of this quantum physics thing. But essentially, if you think it, believe it. Like, you actually have to believe in your heart that this, whatever this is possible. It's going to come to be. So one of the first experiments, if I remember correctly, is that you're asking, I think she calls it the dude abides principle. So you're asking God, source, the universe, whatever it is, nature, whatever it is that you want to call it, whatever makes you comfortable and happy, You're asking them to provide you within 48 hours a definitive, basically to provide you with a gift. Something that you cannot brush off as something else. Something that is proof that this exists. They have 48 hours to provide you with a gift, and you've got certain stipulations that you are demanding. And all she asks of you is for 48 hours to let go of your skepticism and believe that it's possible. And in fact, look forward to it. Be excited about the gift you're potentially going to get. And then just wait for it to arrive. And I did it twice. I did it twice. The first time, my dad had given me a koozie out of the blue, unexpected, of course. You know, it's something small. It's nothing crazy. But what happened the second time I did it?
Oh, I can't even remember, but I think.
But it blew my mind.
Because it was like a real pretty good gift, really, out of the blue. I can't remember right now, though. Because
we were in Idaho. Oh, I don't remember what it was.
No, it might have been something from the Stewarts or something. I don't know.
No, we were in Idaho. It was the second time I was reading the book.
Oh, okay.
And it just blew. Anyways.
Oh, maybe Deidre had got you something.
Oh, maybe it was. I can't remember. But It happened. It was within the 48-hour period. And then you're opening up your awareness to seeing more and realizing and learning that the planet, your world, is all filtered through your perception. So it's really just opening and warping your mind to what's really available and what's possible. And what this has done for us is made us realize that as long as we believe that anything is possible for us and that we can have it and that we can do it and that it is...
And everybody deserves it. There's an abundance.
We deserve it. That we can achieve it. And so really what it does is slowly help you change your mindset and shift your mindset into knowing and believing that anything is possible for you, that you can literally do anything that you dream of. You just have to know it and believe that you can do it. Your self-doubt is your only roadblock. Everything else is just there to prove your self-doubt correct. And so...
and we've been proving it to ourselves, really, since the pandemic.
Yeah.
So we have been proving it to ourselves that we have full control over the outcome of our life, period.
Yep.
But you got to believe it.
Once you start to change your mindset in this way, that anything is possible, that you can do anything that you set out to do, you'll start to find idiosyncrasies or serendipitous events that are lining things up for you. You don't have to work so hard for the things that you want to come to be. They just happen. And even though sometimes some things, like our car accident, for example, we had read this book right before our car accident, it seemed like a setback because it didn't go along with the path that we had set ourselves up on. We were planning on starting this journey back in last December. This car accident has set us back. Kind of in the process of doing that again. And we never lost the faith or the idea that what we want to travel full time could possibly be possible. So sometimes... So my point is, you don't want to give up on your belief or use that a bad event to prove you right. It's true, you can't make it happen. You got to remember that maybe you're just being redirected rather than it being completely taken from you. Hey friends, I am taking a moment to interrupt your regularly scheduled program to ask you to do us a huge favor. So if you could take a moment, just stop whatever you're doing and give us a thumbs up, a like, a follow, a subscribe, whatever the platform is that you are listening or watching us on. You could do us a favor and give us some kudos on that platform. That tells the algorithm that we're pretty cool, and other people who like the same sort of stuff that you do, it's going to show our information to those people. So that's a huge way to help support us. So immense gratitude. If you could please do that. Many, many thank yous. We love you so much. If you want to support us more directly, you can go to coffee.com. So that's going to be ko.fi.com/Kerouac Cruising. You can give us a tip if you like what you're hearing here, if we're giving you some great information, if you find it useful and entertaining, or whatever it is for you that it's adding value to your life, you want to give us a little tip, we would absolutely love that. All of that money obviously goes to funding our future adventures. If you'd rather have something tangible for that money, you can go to our on-demand shop. I'll have the links in the show description, show notes, where you can purchase a little something, one of these super cool t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever it is, water bottles. We've got all kinds of cool jazz there. If there's something that you are interested in seeing that we don't have in that store, throw it at me. I'm happy to kind of accommodate what's going to float your boat. If you think it's going to be cool and fun, other people probably like it too. Otherwise, we love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support and your listenings, your watching, your followings, your engagement. We love you so much. You guys make this worth doing. So thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
Well, no, you just really got to know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't stop. That was just one moment, and that one moment might be bringing you to a different road that you're supposed to be on. Could be better.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is, just because the path isn't the path that you envisioned in your brain to get from point A to point B doesn't mean you're not going to get to point B. You might have to go to point C first, and then when you get to point C, you might reevaluate and be like, actually, point C is better. I'm going to go to, maybe I don't need point B so much, or I'm going to go to point B and a half, get a little bit of both worlds, whatever it is. You just can't give up on it. And this book, I think, is a really great foundation to help you. Quantum physics is science. This is real. The science just doesn't fully embody the consciousness part of it. And the consciousness would be you. You are that consciousness that affects quantum physics, that 0-point field, that field of potentiality. Everything is possible. You just got to know it and believe it in your head and in your heart and in your soul. And unfortunately, I would love to tell you that's the easy part, but that's the hard part, is changing those limiting beliefs and changing your mindset. But you can do it. We've been on this journey. It's been just about a year that we've been really changing our mindset and really working on our limiting beliefs and our core values. And it's been incredible, astronomical, the changes it's made in our life. It's been such a positive and incredible experience. So we hope that we can inspire you to read this book and really start changing your mindset and ultimately your life in the process.
Read all the books that we suggest,
yes, in that
and
order.
Hopefully the order we suggest them, because there's a few more that have been incredible that we've read.
Yeah, and this is the foundation. Whoop! Hiking and talking is not my forte. So we're building the foundation to push it into these next books that we're going to talk about that really helped us change our mindset and our life as well. But this gives you the groundwork to fully embody these future books.
So again, it was E squared, and we really appreciate you listening to this video. Yes. We want you to get on our website. It's kerouacscruising.com. We have a blog, we have a podcast, and we're trying to do some videos.
Yeah, so if you need more information, and it goes with all of our podcast episodes, please go to the blog. That's where we detail all the information. We put all the links in. But otherwise, you guys,
the blog's great. There's pictures. Adventure podcast, James and Cara, we're going to show you the sunset. It looks pretty good today. We're in Arizona.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.